all, and to all a good afternoon. It's your girl Michaela though, here to let you know that I don't do this for show. I do it for real. So it's official. We're on episode 1. Day 1 was a while back. Hey y'all. So I'm on my way home from school. It's Tuesday. I got back from Detroit yesterday. Some parts of a journey are rough, and I feel like that's kind of what I'm going through right now. On a good side, I am starting to see residual income from Forex, letting people know, having them be knowledgeable about the information that I have. I decided to name my group Curse Breakers because we're going to be breaking the generational curses. Hold on, I don't even know if y'all can hear me for real. There's all types of generational curses, I'm trying to break other than just monetary. There's a generational curse of depression upon us where we just kind of feel like we can't do anything because we've been told for so long that we're not able-minded and things of that nature. So I feel like that's kind of what I've been going through, not me personally, but that's what I've encountered today. And it's just kind of made me a little sad because we're doing something so positive, and there are so many people who want to make it so negative because they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's really all I have to say for today. So hopefully tomorrow is better. You feel me? Yeah. Y'all, oh my gosh, look at my skin. Yes. Come on. Anyway, sorry. I do have on clothes. I have on a dress. Anyway, so today is Wednesday, and it's halfway through the week, and I think the biggest thing I learned thus far that I have to practice thus going forward is patience. Patience with myself, patience with my mentors, patience just with everything in my life. I feel like a lot of times we ruin good things for us. We ruin good things for ourselves because we expect it to just happen right away. You're not planting a tree, you're planting a seed. And in order for that seed to grow, you have to wait. It takes time. And I think that's one thing that I'm learning, especially with Forex. Everybody thinking it's a get rich quick thing, and it's actually a lot of work, and it actually irritates you a lot of the times. It makes you sad a lot of the times. It's frustrating a lot of the times because you're trying to get it, you're trying to help your mentors get it, and you still got your regular life going on. So that's what I'm learning so far. Whew. As I was saying, you have to be patient, and when I said mentors, I meant mentees. But you got to be patient with everybody, people who are above you, people who are, under you. They're not below you, they're, under you. And, if you're going to decide to be a mentor, be that. Like, you have to be there for them. You have to answer their questions. If you don't know the answer, get someone to answer their questions. And that's something I had to learn real fast. So I think that's one thing I just definitely want to keep reiterating is that patience is going to be real big. I know sometimes I can be real impatient, and it causes me to close myself off. But I feel like something like Forex makes you very vulnerable because you have to constantly put yourself out there for things to work, for you to be able to reach the amount of people that you want to reach. Whew. Your girl is hot, okay? I'm sweating. I'm sick. So we just gonna bear with me today, okay? Oh shit. Okay, so I know y'all seen the videos before this, kind of going through my week. I have 10 minutes to explain everything that happened and everything we have to do for the rest of this episode. So if I talk fast, I'm sorry. I really am. Okay, just letting you know. All right, we're starting. We're starting. All right, so 3 things I want y'all to know about this video. I'm hot. as heck. I'm on a time frame because I got other stuff to do today. And technically this is the beginning of episode 2. So if I'm discombobulated, that is why. And 3, I don't remember what 3 was. Okay, so I know a lot. This week I was talking about patience and things of that nature. Let me tell you, I needed it this week. Okay, so I'm sick. If you can't hear it, I'm sick. I lost a mentee with the Forex stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't reach my end goal with that, but I feel like I reached the end goal with the web series, because I'm sure you would know, but this is real random. So I got some new ideas, some new tricks that'll pop up in the show. So you just gotta wait and see, okay? We're not just gonna be right here in my little space or whatever. And then, oh wow, I got my little script and it says new outlook on series. So this is our journey, right? But it's also about our goals. And I'm a real life person, so real life things happen when you don't reach your goals when you thought you were going to, but that is okay. So just a couple of feelings I was feeling throughout the week. I definitely wanted to quit. My patience was really tested because I hate being sick. But at the same time, I was like, this is a growing process, growing pains. And then I also had to realize that I'm a determined person. So, this journey is, it's for everybody, but it's specific because people will fall off watching this because you won't be able to relate until you decide that that's what you like, this is what you want to do, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like I have a goal in my mind that I'm trying to reach, and therefore, bumps are gonna happen, like I'm gonna fall, because that's just life, you feel me? The last feeling was looking myself in the mirror. So I'm sick right now, sick as heck, and I low-key been looking like it, but I had to realize that people are always watching, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's a weird place to stop it, but that's all I'm gonna say, because my next webisode is starting shortly after I drop this one, and that's what we're gonna be talking about. And it's gonna be titled Your Best Front. What? Oh, Your Best Front is the Best Front. So I know that sounds interesting, so you just gotta wait for that to drop next week. Anyway, let's just get into the nitty gritty, the meat of the episode, you feel me? Goodness. Which is the weirdest part of the episode, where I analyze Diggy, you feel me, Daniel Simmons. I feel like this is actually really weird. If it was like, it'd be better if it wasn't a single artist, but oh well. So yeah, so the first thing on this unexpected arrival, when did the song come out? In 2012. Means I was 14. Goodness. Okay. So the first thing is what is this called? An intro. It's an intro. And I don't know who this man is talking, but it's not Diggy Simmons. So we're just gonna read it. I took a couple of pieces. We gonna analyze it real quick, and then we'll be done. And then we'll pray and we'll get out of here because I got stuff to do. Yeah, I do. Okay, so the first thing he said is, they will say you don't belong. They will assume you don't relate. They will underline your wrongs. They will expect you to be late. You're special. So I just feel like, again, like I said, this is for everybody, but I'm definitely gearing towards African Americans, those of African descent, minorities really in general, but definitely those of African descent. We've always been on this outside, this just outside. That's just what it is. You don't know. You're on the outside of a lot of things. You learn about it every day when you go through real life. And, but we're all still human, and we all still have regular feelings and regular, I don't even know how to explain it, but no person is better than another person simply from being born a certain color, you know what I'm saying? So they will underline your wrongs. They will expect you to be late. Now, I feel like this just has to do when you are goal oriented. You know, misery loves company. And when people see you doing better than them, you know, they might be happy for you, but some people will really be hating like that's their job. They will be expecting you to be, you know, less because they know that you actually about to put in some work. So they like, oh shoot, you know, I need to step my game up. So they need you to be wrong. So they're gonna expect you like, yeah, he gonna be late. She gonna be late because she can't be better than me. You feel me? You know, like when you underline something, you're like emphasizing it. Like they want to know that you're wrong because they want you to be good, but they don't want you to be great. And so when you do something wrong, it's like, oh, I got him. You know what I'm saying? And this is just, and when I say they, it's whatever they is in your life, because people have a lot of days, and some people won't think it makes sense, and some people will. So it's just whatever the day is. It could be a real thing, it could be a fake thing, it could be you, okay? It really could be you. You could be like, there I go again. Like, you could be your worst enemy, and so they will expect you to be late. Like, I hate to say this, but as Black people, a lot of the times we don't know how to place the blame on ourselves. We don't know how to take responsibility because we've been trained to take responsibility of so many other things, that the things that we actually do, we can't handle the fact that it's us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something that we have to break. That's one of those curses we have to break, is that, you know, things are always happening to us. Yes, bad things happen to us all the time, every day. But we're also human. And so if you see people of another culture doing things wrong, you'd be like, look at that, see, look at them doing it to themselves. Then why do you not think that that can happen to you? Your footsteps and directions are both certainly correct, and you're absolutely unsure. So I feel like for that, that's definitely something I do, where it's like, I'm really ambitious, and I get that from my parents. I'm really ambitious. I really want to do stuff. But, you know, I mean, older generations do it too. I'm not going to lie. But our generation is definitely, like, inconsistent. And so at first, you'll be like, yeah, I can do this. And that's really your first mind, which I feel like you should go with. And then that's the second mind that crawls up and be like, hey, are you sure you could do this? Like, this seems a little bit out of your league. And you start really, you know, second guessing yourself. And so you're really unsure. And that's when I feel like you start to make mistakes, because you're not confident in the process in which you're trying to put yourself through. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something you definitely need to, something you definitely have to think about through your day-to-day. And that's anybody who, you know, likes to be the person to do the randomest idea. And everybody's like, what? And you're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden you just kind of let the people who are like, what? And you get discouraged. And it could really be something that could be great. Like, inventions definitely came from people who were like, we need this. And there were people who were like, why do we? And then eventually we needed it. So, I mean, if you're one of those type of people who has invention, who has ideas, who, you know, has this forward way of thinking, sometimes you really need to go for it, but also you need to realize if you can maintain it. Side note, gonna make a little video about obtain versus maintain part 2. So go ahead and check out part 1, and the link will be in the description box below. They will say you only live once, and that's true, but if you live correct and inspire him, that's 2, and she, that's 3, 4, and more, 5, and strive. Create your dream that creates your team, that creates your steam. Okay, so that was a lot, but it really wasn't. We are people who leave legacies and histories, and history repeats itself. But if you were to do something positive and that repeated itself, it has no choice to be more positive. Because we can see that when we do things that repeat history in a negative way, it gets worse every time it repeats itself. So I feel like it's probably, you know, a good, you know, educated guess that if we were to repeat things that were positive, it would generate more positive thinking, right? They will tell you you only live once, and that's true, but if you live correct, inspire him, that's 2. So again, this is for people who are really with the forward thinking. And if you really do have forward thinking, you know, your souls live forever. I don't know what the beliefs are for other people, but for me, your souls live forever. It's just something that we just see. I don't even know how to explain it, so I'm not even going to dive into that or whatever. But if you inspire people, I feel like a lot of us, I know for me, one of my biggest things is to deal with children and leave something for them to carry on. Because when they say the children are our future, literally that's what they are. They will see past you in life. So if you really want to affect, you know, the maximum amount of people, which is people after you're gone, you will inspire someone else to carry on the thought that you had. So I feel like that's something that honestly everybody wants to do. I mean, it might be in different ways. You know, it might be something just for your you know, tight-knit family, like a tradition, or it could be something big like, you know, phones and technology. I don't know, it could be anything, but I feel like that's really what that means. So it says create your dream, that creates your team, that creates your theme. Your thoughts turned into an action from a plan can go so far if you were to really invest in yourself. It will go so far, but you have to be consistent. You have to be you have to be consistent. You have to be determined. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to do it. You have to create the dream and make it a goal. I've already told y'all. A dream is great, but the goal is solid. The goal is solid, okay? And when you do that, there will be people just like you. You attract what you are. You become what you attract, and you attract what you become, okay? So if you got this, like, I got this solid goal, I need a solid team, believe you or not, it's gonna come to you. You just have to be looking for it. Like, it's not just going, I'm like, team. No, you have to build. You have to set a foundation. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, I don't know how you're gonna believe in others to create what you need them to create. Like, that's not even a real leader. You have to believe in what you're trying to lead them to do. You feel what I'm saying? So that is something super big. Like, you have to create that goal, create the good team, and it'll create your thing. Like, it will take off. You know what I'm saying? So that's the intro, and it ends off till you're hot. Know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's a little end. Okay, so that's that. So that was our little breakdown of Diggy. So, oh my goodness, what's today? The 5th. Okay, this one is the 5th. I feel like it's gonna be backwards. God loves to call you his own. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that is what we are. 1 John 3:1. God loves you more than just a little, more than a lot. He loves you lavishly. His love is not the stingy, strings attached love of the world. It is a love that stretches beyond the stars and reaches far into eternity. Just call his name and reach out to him, and his love will sweep you into your life, scoop you up, and whisper softly over and over, you are mine, for you are his very own. Okay. So that was that. I'm gonna just leave it on that. Bad things are gonna happen, but you can overcome them. We can overcome them, because like I said, this is our journal, our journey. We are arriving, you know what I'm saying? So your success is just as important as the next person's success, but you creating success for someone else is bigger than both. So that's all I have for you today. It's your girl Michaela, though, here to let you know that I don't do this for show. I do this for real. See you in episode 2. Peace.